My Lord, on today. Good morning. Welcome to Mornings with Marvel, where authenticity lives and thrives to create a space of growth, healing, and joy. I am your host, Andrea Lawful Sanders, and each day we will cover the topics that are informative and engaging while learning from each other. Good morning to each and every one of you. I woke up this morning excited because on this day, 20 years ago, I met this man that I would marry 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years ago. Right. So I was at a conference and this man walked in and hopscotched across the room to come and say hello to me. And I was not interested in being in a relationship with anybody. I was so busy raising my children, running for school board and all the other things. And we stayed friends for 5 years. And when he first met me, he didn't see anything but my face. I had on a pinstripe suit. So this wasn't about a body. It wasn't about anything other than he admired the way I talked about my two children that I had given birth to and how important they are to me in the school system that they were in and why other children and other families mattered. That's how he met me. I wasn't twerking. I wasn't doing any of those things. And he could tell that I was about my business, right? And so 5 years after we met and talking maybe twice a year for 5 years, he asked me to go out with him, to go to breakfast with him the day after Valentine's Day. And then a week later, he texted me. He kept texting me, and calling me. He would check on me every morning. How are you? I'm on my way to work, blah, 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 blah. And then a week after we had that first initial date, he asked for us to be a couple. We began talking, sharing things with each other. And 5 years after that, on the day we met in 2005, we got married today. On this day. And so I am so grateful. You see me post about my husband and the shenanigans, right? And all the things that we find ourselves in. But I am so grateful to have found a love that was not trite. A love that was not, let me marry him because he's 6 feet tall and he's got a washboard stomach. Let me marry him because he's making X amount of dollars. That's not what I saw. I saw that he was kind, that he was loving, that he was gentle. I saw that he loved his mother, his family, and his aunts and his children. I saw that he would be kind and gentle with my heart. I saw all of that. And the thing that I have told people over and over again, I am a sapiosexual to my heart. For those of you who don't know what a sapiosexual is, if you're not smart, if you can't talk to me about anything other than, what you saw on the street today, I can't have a conversation with you. I'm that girl, right? So I love smart people. I love people who allow my neurons to explode when I'm talking to them. And so that was it. And then the final thing was he made me laugh. He's funny as hell. And so on the worst days when I feel like nothing is going to work and I should just go ahead and do something different with my life, and he will say or do something that will make me laugh. He does not take my foolishness seriously at all, right? And so I am grateful. And so I'm telling you, choose your heart. Don't choose the aesthetics. Don't choose the money. Because here's the thing. Our bodies change, money flows in and out. And if we walk around thinking that if we're walking and everything is just going to be healthy and wealthy and nothing is ever going to shift and change, if you can't be with someone when they have no money, and it's all about all the money that they have, then you're in the wrong relationship, because when rubber meets the road, it is quite possible for each and every one of us to lose everything, and not just lose everything, but lose everything over and again, because life is that way. And so when we recognize that we could live off of $30 a week, when we were in a relationship when the economy was tanking in 2008. We started dating in 2010. I had begun losing all of my contracts because I'm an entrepreneur to my core. He stood beside me, behind me, made sure I was okay, gave me his debit card to use, all the things like, profess, provide, whatever the thing is. I don't know what the monikers that people use, but he was all that and more. And so for me, when I tell you that Mr. Sanders is it for me, he is all of that and so much more. Shorter than me. I'm taller. I'm the diva. He's the nerd. We literally people would look and go, how did the two of you end up together? But it wasn't about the aesthetics for us. It really was about seeing each other's heart. I can have a whole conversation with my husband without saying one word. And then when we move away from where we are and we get in the house, he said, Let me tell you what you were thinking. Blip, blip. And I crack up laughing. I said, well, he said, your facial expressions are hilarious, right? And he says, you can see and read into people within 15 seconds. And I can still do that, right? And so he now listens to me. I listen. He thinks I don't listen to him as much, but I do. I really listen to him. I may not say anything, but then he'll look up and I'm doing exactly what he told me to do. So that's where we are. Happy 10.2 anniversary, Mr. Sanders. I love you beyond words. I love you beyond words. And if you had not one degree and you still made me smile and you still talk to me, I would still love you. And you've gotten sick, I still love you. You almost died on me, I still love you. I almost died on you, you still love me. And so as we navigate these next few years, next 10 years, God help us, and as things go on, as the country is changing, I said to him yesterday, if we didn't have grandchildren, I would take my passports and we'd be gone. I'd disappear. And he said, well, wherever you disappear into, I'm disappearing to too. That's love, right? That he never once said, oh my God, but what about the children, the grandchildren, my parents? He's like, I love you. We are going to be okay. And we all need somebody like that who's a ride or die, no matter what is going on. And so it's really great to be able to talk through a lot of these things with him. So, and for those of you who have come to our parties, to, the first year we got married, the first year of our wedding, the first year of our marriage, because we had gone out and done a destination wedding in 2015, we then did another party around this time. The year after we got married, invited all these people, and Randy Hayes Martin brought her brother, who is an artist, and he drew caricatures of all the couples. And I was looking at all those memories this morning, and so many of you from way back then, Simone, Julie, all of you just all stayed and stuck with us no matter what was going on. There were times when I had to travel and, for work, and I was gone for weeks at a time, and you all would come to the door and you text me and say, what does Mr. need? I said, he's not going to ask for anything. He's going to say he only wants pizza or whatever. He won't even tell you. He just enjoy himself eating all kinds of junk food. And folks would get to our house and drop on the steps meals for my husband, so that would last him for a week, or meals that would last him for a couple of weeks. Or they'd stop by and say, Mr., I know mother isn't here, so let me, what do you need? And they will bring whatever he wanted and dropped it at the doorstep. So we didn't get to 20 years of a relationship and 10 years of being married without all of you. You've all been there. When he got sick as a dog and we were trying to figure it out, and you all were dropping things at the door. This is for Mr. This is for you, Andrea, to make sure you're okay. We have an entire village, and that village came because they loved not just me, but him. And then they loved us both together. And it's incredible. Incredible. So Mr. Sanders and I thank all of you that have been such a good part of our lives, that have been the parts where life got really rough and tumble and things were going on, and you all showed up. You know who you are. You showed up at the door. You've dropped food. You've dropped medicine. You've dropped masks. You've dropped plants. You've tilled the garden. You've done all sorts of things that we never asked you to do. And so on this morning, as I'm celebrating 10 years of being married, 20 years of knowing him, and 15 years of being a couple, I want to thank all of you, the village, that have been a part of who we are to get us to this place. Now, we are going out to dinner this evening. I said to him, he loves meat. I said, you want what that place? I went and found the place and made a reservation. I had to make a reservation to go. And then we invited Denise and David because their anniversary is the day after ours, or 2 days after ours. And they would have been married for 40 years. And baby, to get to 40 years, you got to go through all kinds of things. And so he said, let's invite them to come and join us, because if you look in many of our pictures, Denise and David isn't just about all of them, right? We travel together as a couple. We go out to dinner. We go to karaoke. We do all those things together. So I lean on all of you. Some of you who are married that are in healthy, hearty marriages, we lean on you. If your marriage is not so healthy, hearty, I'm still leaning on you, because I want to learn from you when the rubber meets the road. We have people who pray for us, right? We have people who hang in there with us for our children and our grandchildren. Just thank you. Thank you. And I know this feels like a soliloquy, but I would be remiss if I talked about being married to this man for 10 years without talking about the people who stood in the pathway to make sure we were going to be okay. My mother-in-law, That first year I was married to my husband, I was like, oh yeah, bump this. I'm not doing this. I'm like, your family crazy. I cannot in these Wakandon streets. And my mother-in-law picked up my father. She was like, come on, we're going to go out over there. And she came in with my father-in-law, and they prayed, and they reminded us that this marriage is about us, and it's not about what other people wanted. And because, oh, you thought it was peaches and cream the whole way? Nope. There were folks who didn't want us to be married. There were folks who thought all kinds of things. There were folks who were trying to stop us from being in a relationship. And my husband stood 10 toes down and said, I have given all of you what you needed and wanted before this woman came along. I have been single for 19.5 years. You will not ruin this relationship. I said, oh, that was sexy. Oh, that was now that was sexy. Better than taking me on a trip, standing in the gap without my having to say anything. And everybody came around. We're all loving on each other now, right? Because we're a blended family. And I feel like we're all okay now, to the point where I can, because I wanted to be able to, whatever I did for one child, I would do for all four. Now 5, because we got Janelle. Right. So we're doing all of that now, and it feels like things are coming around. Well, actually, it's been a few years that things have come around. When my husband got really sick and almost died, I think that's when folks started to see that this was not a joke for me, that I would take somebody out. You mess with my husband. I had to tell my husband dies, you all will not. Yeah, please don't do it to yourselves. Don't do it to yourselves. And so, grateful. The feeling that I get this morning is pure gratitude. I was looking back at all those pictures over the last 10, 15 years. There's a ton of them. And just remember seeing my mother, I put her in our pictures. She was at our wedding, and my children just loved on her, and she spoiled them to death. And my oldest son got her on the dance floor. See, I didn't know my mother was going to transition, when she did. We didn't. So you have to build the memories, y'all. Stop walking around and holding the grudges. And I'm not talking to you because you did XYZ, XYZ. Learn to have the conversations in the moment, right? And do what you need to do, because when they transition, I didn't get to have the conversation. Take all the pictures. Take all the videos. I'm the one now that everybody comes to and go, Andrea, can I have that picture? Andrea, I saw that. Can I get that? Right. Okay. And so I'm grateful. Not going to cry. We have Zachary McNeil back on this morning at 7:00 from PHA. But I just wanted to thank all of you. You know who you are. You know who you are. Just thank you. And there are many, many, many of you, right? And if you have access to my house, if you have access to my doorstep, then you know you are special to me. I promise you, okay? Because that's not for everybody. Only the sexy people. So this morning I'm in a good space. Thank you to all of you. And Mr. Sanders, thank you. Just thank you. Let me open up the chat and see. Oh, good morning, all of. Oh, you all over here talking. Oh, thank you. The wall art Marguerite is from New Orleans. So everything you see in my house is from us traveling to different places, and I saw it and loved it. And there's 3 pieces of them in here that I love. Good morning, Bobby, Laura, Desenia. Thank you, my darling. Let's see. Oh, Marguerite says, when you are in his presence, you gush with pride and bounce on. It's true. It's true. I'm so lighter when I'm around him. I be rolling my eyes at something crazy he's saying, but you can see the love, Laura says, that's me as well. My guy has to be able to stimulate my brain. I have to be able to learn from him. He has to be intelligent. And that's why we're sapiosexuals. Good morning, Rachel Hannibal. Thank you, my darling. Winetta, good morning. Sharon Manka. Yeah. Love you, Jana. Yes, Amina. Yeah, Amina. Girl, sickness and health, the rich and poorer. You can go through all sorts of things in the midst of a relationship and a marriage. So you've got to be able to deal with it. Good morning, David. How are you, my darling? Good morning, Nakia. Alexandra, good morning, darling. Good morning. Thank you. Yes, Nicole, death. Absolutely. Good morning. I know it's better, right? Donette says, beautiful testament to Mr. Sanders. Happy anniversary. Oh, Ash says, I love intelligence too, and kindness and generosity. Here's the other thing that I want to tell you. My husband and I do not compete with each other. He doesn't compete and want to be in my spaces. And what about me? And why are you going through all of this? Why do you get all this attention? He has never done that. We do not compete. I don't compete with his underwater submersible robots that he builds. He does not compete with the work that I do. Oftentimes, when you see me in places and he's not with me, it's because he is doing work with the Navy or some other people or helping children to become engineers. I don't get involved in any of that. I'm incredibly proud of the work that he does, but we do not compete. And when we get together, oh, Roslyn says, happy anniversary. I remember all the things, Roz. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. You, Shaquilla, the Tracy. Yo, listen, I have a cauldron of folks that if you walk up to them and says, tell me what you know about Andrea, how long they be looking at you like, wait, what? Why don't you ask her yourself? They give up no tapes. I've lived in Montgomery County for almost 30 years and you could not. And it's still that way. That's what you call friendship. If I am a friend with you and we stop being friends, I'm still not sharing your stuff. There's so many people that believe that people share things with them and oh my God, I don't like you anymore. I'm just going to tell everybody what I know. So that's why I'm telling you, the best secret you can keep is the one that you don't share, right? And if someone shares stuff with me, they will never, ever. I remember Cherry Gregg saying to me one day, she said when she finally told everybody that she was getting divorced, she said she thought maybe I had said something. She said, you never said a word. I knew before just about everybody. I never said a word, right? When she met her new husband, I never said a word. It was people, you have to allow people to share their stories in their time. And she and Hania, who was one of my mentees, said, your respect, mother, comes from people recognizing that you don't talk about folk. You don't share people's business. You just let people will share with you, tell you their deepest, darkest stuff, and they're surprised, shocked, and in awe that they never hear it again. Y'all need to learn how to keep your mouth shut. Not everything is for everybody. And if someone says don't share, then you don't share. You don't go, girl, such and such and such and such and such. You have to be able to be someone that people trust. So even if I'm not speaking to you ever again, you can rest assured I'm not sharing your stuff. Anything you share with me is going to stay here, right? Thank you, darlings. I was feeling very yellowish today. Thank you, Shaquilla. So I just love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. So as I wait for Zachary will be on in a little bit, let me try and cover some news this morning. Winetta, thank you, my darling. Oh, Jana says, good morning, Andrea. Have a relaxing week off. Love to you and Mr. Sharon Banker says, 1 Corinthians 13:13. Now hope, faith, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love. Absolutely. And what I have realized in my sharing with all of you, because my husband has no social media presence. He just does not. If I come online and I say, Mister's getting on my nerves and I'm getting ready to walk, they'll be like, oh, no, you will not. I can't even count on one finger how many times you've taken my side over Mister's side. So, and I'm grateful that you all are seeing that relationships should be something other than the foolishness that we're portraying. It's all about pictures. And no, when my husband was sick, and I damn near lost my cookies, I remember turning on the video and saying, I miss my mother. And I cried through the whole video. I had to lock up the doors myself. I had to take out the trash. I had to make sure the house was secure for the night. All the things that my husband would do, I had to do that evening when I thought he was supposed to come home from the hospital. And I knew something was drastically wrong with him. And I sat on that video and I cried. That was one of the most vulnerable things I had ever done, because I wanted to call my mother. And my mother was not there for me to call. And my sisters, thank God, so now here comes the tears. My sisters started flying in. All right, I'll come in this week. I'll come in next week. I'll come in the other week. And they came and sat with my husband, the one who was a nurse. She came in and she said, all right, when he was finally released from the hospital, then she flew in and she said, all right, make sure he has this, and this. I was never alone. But my youngest sister, when she came in, she was coming in every other weekend or every week for a while. And she, the one Sunday that she had to leave me, when I realized something was drastically wrong with my husband, and I began writing to folks and making phone calls, I cried. She got in the car to get back on the train, and I just cried. That was the night I just cried and cried and cried. So just know, you don't get through relationships by yourself. It doesn't work that way. It just does not work that way. You have a whole village around you, but you have to choose what you tell to each person, right? About what's going on. Let me cover a little bit of news, because I know Zachary will be on in a little bit. The drastic cuts that SEPTA, Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, for those of you who do not live in Philadelphia, the drastic cuts that SEPTA has been warning about for months are now official. SEPTA officials voted unanimously to pass 45% service cuts and a huge jump in fare prices to help cover a $213 million budget shortfall. This is a real doomsday scenario, Andrew Bush, a SEPTA spokesperson, told Action News before the vote was made. Riders will start seeing changes on August 24th, when 20% of services will be cut. That includes eliminating 32 bus routes and ending all special services like the express trains after games. The next big change will happen in September with a 21.5% fare increase. The base fare goes up to $2.90. Then on January 1st, riders will see another round of huge cuts. 5 regional rail routes eliminated, 18 more bus routes slashed, and a 9 p.m. curfew on all remaining services. SEPTA is hoping it can still avoid the cuts with money from Harrisburg. That money has to come in, though, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Ooh, child. Now, I need you, if you want to see and hear the gentleman from PHA, to walk away from Instagram and Facebook and come on over to YouTube, where you will be able to hear him better. I'm hoping his sound system is a little better this morning. It's A.LawfulTruth Enterprises. Look for that. A.LawfulTruth Enterprises. If someone can type that in for me so that other people will be able to see it. Find me in YouTube. You'll see my face, my picture. I'm in a purple and orange. And just click on there, click subscribe, and watch the live, and hit the live button. You'll see me live, right? I'm trying to get most people to go over to those spaces so that they can see and hear, what's going on better. The thing about SEPTA was written by NBC Philadelphia.com. Ruling handed down Thursday amid a wider Republican-packed push to defund the country's biggest abortion provider. Supreme Court rules that states can cut off Medicaid funding to Planned Parenthood. The case centers on funding for other healthcare services Planned Parenthood provides in South Carolina, but the ruling could have broader implication for Medicaid patients. The court split 6-3 in the opinion, with the 3 liberal justices dissenting. Public health care money generally can't be used to pay for abortions. Medicaid patients go to Planned Parenthood for things like contraceptions, cancer screenings, and pregnancy testing, in part because it can be tough to find a doctor who takes the publicly funded insurance, the organization said. This is NBC 10 Philadelphia again. How was he talking about a ceasefire as ceasefire holds? There's no ceasefire. Oh, God, I can't read this. I can't. I just cannot. A Pennsylvania man has been indicted for threatening to assassinate former Vice President Kamala Harris. Fox 43 reports Stephen Hartford, 37, is accused of posting the threat under TikTok videos last July, just before Harris was formally nominated to become the Democratic presidential candidate in place of former President Joe Biden. The indictment doesn't refer to Harris by name, but notes the threats were directed at the Democratic nominee, who was a woman. One video Hartford allegedly commented on, showing footage of Harris with text that read, "Will she be the next Democratic nominee?" In a comment under the TikTok, Hartford allegedly wrote, "I will assassinate her if she runs for president," under the profile. Whew. And I keep telling you all, you may or may not like this current president of the United States, but under no circumstances are you to post anything that threatens his life. I have said this over and over and over again, and you're going to say, I was just repeating what somebody else said, or I didn't mean it, or I have no access. You are never, ever, it is never okay to make fun of taking a president out, ever. All right, just remember I told you that. The White House is making a push on the centerpiece legislation of President Trump's second term, hosting one big, beautiful event on Thursday to highlight the bill and intra-party disagreements and roadblocks in the Senate as lawmakers near a 4th of July deadline after the House narrowly approved the legislation that addressed the president's tax, defense, border, and energy priorities last month. Senate GOP leaders are working to pass the bill in the upper chamber. The bill would then be sent back to the House to approve the changes before it can reach Mr. Trump's desk for his signature. But the self-imposed July 4th deadline looms large over the effort, with key disagreements remaining. All right, let me open up this chat, and because I know Zachary will be here shortly. Oh Lord, I brought tears to my eyes. Oh my God, Monica. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Erica. Good. Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Uh, Alexandra says, Mother, I hope you and Mr. Sanders enjoy a well-deserved week of rest with each other. We did. Marguerite says, we love us some him, Mr. for President. Yeah, child, he can do no wrong. It's crazy. Good morning, Melissa. Uh, Marguerite wants to know if SEPTA will do the interview. That's the thing, right? I don't know, but I can find out. Monica says, Andrea, you will never really know how much we all love you and Mister. Your authenticity and transparency gives us permission to just breathe, give grace, grow, and love. Enjoy your well-deserved vacation. Yeah, I got to figure out. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate it. Alexandra says, well said. Thank you all so much. We've had folks sitting at our table, couples, who are going through things, and we gave them the advice and leave them alone, so that folks can do what they need to do. But, this is work, right? But work in a good way. Zachary! Good morning, sir. Let me hear your sound.
How's it sound today?
It's a little bit better, but it'll be higher quality when we pull it out and do what we need to do with it. A little bit better. You turned all the way up?
Yeah, I'm turning all the way up, and I had them look at this thing too. I don't know. It's
It's all
funny
right.
because it works
We'll fix it.
perfect.
Yeah, I told people to come on over here so that they could listen to you and hear you. They'll hear you better on YouTube. Zachary McNeil is Vice President of Resident Programs and Partnerships for the Philadelphia Housing Authority. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us again.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm also going to have our director of our youth programs
You're
join
going to
us.
have the Director of Youth Programs on?
Miss Otis Blocker, and she will
What is that person's name?
Miss Otis Blocker.
Artist Blocker. I see her.
Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
Artist!
Hello, how are
How
you?
are you, darling? I just learned you were going to be on.
Okay, yeah.
Artist Blocker. I felt like we met before, Artist. Did we?
I believe we met through my nonprofit. I am a role model.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, definitely.
Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, Zachary, we're going to start with you. What's
Okay.
happening over the next few days with PHA that we need to be aware of?
Well, pretty soon. Well, one of the things that we actually is that better? It might. Let me get closer to the speaker. Hold on.
Okay. Go ahead, Zachary.
Okay. So continuing on from last week, we had a very successful, very successful showing yesterday where plenty of residents came out to meet our contractors. There were over 200 people there, so I want to
What?
yes, absolutely. That was it had to be. It might have been more than that, honestly. But there were
Wow.
100 folks, yeah, that came through to our Hartranft Community Center to just hear more information about construction jobs, how to sign up for the Section 3 job bank, which we spoke about last week. A lot of folks that were in need of employment. So we definitely want to thank you, your platform.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
Absolutely. I mean, that truly helped out, and all of the
Yeah.
social
This
media.
platform works, Zachary. I keep telling people it absolutely works
Yep.
because we love on people and people listen and then they share with other people and it becomes a thing. Was that the largest showing you've had for this event?
Um, Not for for a job fair we've had more. For a job
Mm.
fair we've had more, but what this shows is that these are folks that actually need to sign up to actually get training, then get the job. That's the positive part about it, right? Job fair, of course, is like, come, you sign this, you can get a
Mm-hmm.
job, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is folks actually want to get trained in a skill that they can carry for the rest of their life and become self sufficient. Within HVAC, plumbing, electrical. And all the folks were there. From Trades for a Difference, Duwide Bay Academy. Samuel Staten's team.
What?
Yeah, so all the folks were there to present the many opportunities, and the residents just loved it. So, like I said, thank you, appreciate
You
that.
are so welcome. You
Yeah.
are so welcome. Um, I had a recent conversation with the CEO, Mr. Kelvin Jeremiah. I was at your offices a couple
Hmm.
of weeks ago. And one of the things that I said to everybody that was sitting in the room was, I am not so concerned about meeting the leaders of the city. I'm concerned about the residents of PHA. I'm concerned that folks get to hear and understand, because there was so much that they didn't understand that we had to break down for them. When I got off the air with you last Friday, a sister called me and said, "Well, damn it, mother. This has been going on at PHA and we've been trying to find these programs and nobody knew." So she's incorporating it in her school now,
Thank you.
right? To bring the young folks out, the 17 to 18-year-olds, to have the conversation. And so she took all the information, called her boss, and said, "You need to watch this." You
Wow.
see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yep.
So we have to continue to do this in a way that folks will be able to understand that this, because we would complain. People will call and say, "We don't know what's going on at PHA. We don't know how to get jobs. We don't know what is happening. How is it that they're building all these things and we don't have a part in it?" And here you at PHA, Zachary,
Yeah.
had all these programs, and now they're like, "Wait." So please expect to see more people. Okay?
From
And
Okay.
that's
soup to
one of the
nuts.
reasons I think a social media platform is so important. We
Yes.
actually just opened our PHA Instagram page probably a year ago, and we're up to
Hmm.
about 10,000 followers. And a lot of
Yes.
our residents, we ask when they come to our programs, how did you hear about this program happening? And they said social media. So
Yes. Social media. Social media is very important. I agree with you. So what's happening on Monday, June 30th?
on Monday, June 30th, at our new Hartranft Community Center, we'll be starting our first summer camp. It is Wonder Springs is the vendor that will be facilitating the summer camp at
All of a
Hartranft.
sudden, you sound lower, Des.
I sound low.
Yes.
Um,
We got the same computers too. I don't know what that's about. We got to talk to our IT department. I don't know what's going, because in work is fine.
Yes.
They tested it and everything. I said, listen, you
Yes.
got to get on tomorrow morning. They said it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, we good.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you guys
I can
good.
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better now. Get a little closer to the microphone so we can hear you, because I don't want people to miss this. Hartran Community Center. Where exactly is that located? What's the address?
That's the funny thing. We have like two addresses for Hartranft. A lot of people use the 800 West Cumberland Street, but we just found out that it's 2449, Zach, I believe.
Two four four
Uh,
nine. West.
2449 North Ninth Street.
Huh?
That'll
Yeah,
put you right in the parking lot of the Hartranft Community Center.
Okay. Okay.
If you
it's
see
Okay.
a
the
fork
800
and it's like a
Cumberland,
whole fork in the road. That's
A
why
whole
it's
for
like
okay.
between a fork
Okay.
in the road. So it's some people
So you
say
got two separate addresses, but the one where you land right into the parking lot is 2449 North Ninth Street.
yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. Okay. So what's happening on Monday there, or what's been going on there?
So again, we just opened and we've been doing a plethora of activities and programs for the community. We have our early childhood coordinator, Miss Belinda Williams, who actually sits at that site, and she does things for young people ages 0 to 5. Her biggest event is her book and brunch, which is an opportunity for parents to come out with their toddlers and read a book, do some activities, and also have brunch while doing so. It's a great
Oh.
opportunity to get our kids jump started for pre-K and kindergarten, and
Mhm.
that's been one of her most successful programs. She also does pre-K and kindergarten registration through a collaboration with the School District of Philadelphia. So that's one of the things we do as far as early childhood education. And we also have our family enrichment coordinator, Tyra, who also goes over there and does things with the families as far as bingo night. We just had a successful father-daughter sneaker ball last week for Father's Day that we were so excited about. We had Philly Freeway come out and speak about being a father and also perform for the fathers in the community. So we just want to do some things presently in the first year to make the community one aware of that Hartranft is there, and to let them know that it's a space to come in and do some amazing events and find out about the programs that PHA has.
Is that a brand new community center?
Yes, the ribbon cutting was in March, I believe. So yes, it's
Okay.
relatively new.
Okay.
Well, Revitalized Community Center.
It's
Revitalized.
a revitalized community center. Okay.
Closed for 16 years in that community, and then city worked with PHA to reopen it back. PHA funded more than 90% of the project to have it funded again, and working with former council president Darrell Clark, Kelvin, and different stakeholders to be able to open it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And it also includes one of the things is it includes an indoor swimming pool as
Mm-hmm.
well, which it
Mm-hmm.
did then. However, oh, we need more light to see who's that.
Yeah, someone's.
Hold on, hold on.
We can see your desk. We can hardly see you. You look like Darth Vader.
God, hold on. I got light in here. All right, I'm on the best.
That's
I'm on.
better.
That's better.
That's a little better.
I
Yes.
had to move
Mm-hmm.
back. I had to move back. Okay. Yep,
Okay.
it's been Heart Tram has been revitalized. Everything is brand new on the inside, but you have to see the pictures what it used to look like until now.
Yes.
And Otis and the team are just doing. I mean, just been open since March, and just it's packed with events. The pool will open. One of the things we wanted to talk about this morning was one the partnership that we have with the after school program that's going to be there. I mean, the summer camp and after school program,
Mm-hmm.
but also to put out, for folks are interested in being lifeguards.
Mm-hmm.
If they have training to be a lifeguard, and they have CPR, first aid, lifeguard training, please, please, please
So you're
contact.
in need of a lifeguard, exactly. Is that what you're telling us?
That's
So
correct.
you're in need of a lifeguard for the pool at the Hartran Center, at the
That's
community
correct.
center.
Correct.
Okay. So they need lifeguard training. What else?
I just
They have
want
to
to.
be 18 years of age or older.
18 years or older. Okay. All
Our pay
right.
is very competitive to what the city is offering for lifeguards, so it's a little more. So we definitely need a
So
lifeguard.
you pay a little bit more than what the city offers for
Yes,
lifeguard, or you'll have a lifeguard by Monday.
yes.
Okay. So
We hope so. Now we are working with an organization that kind of rent lifeguards, so we're looking to have our pool open sometime next week through this
okay.
program. Um,
Yes.
and again, Wonder Springs, their summer camp opens this Monday at 8 a.m. We're so excited. There's about 30 slots available for young people ages
Wait,
5
wait, wait. Say that again. Summer camp opens this Monday where? At the Hartran?
in Hartram Community Center.
What?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Opens on Monday. Okay. And you have how many slots left?
Well, we have 30 slots in total, and so far I think we have about 15 people
Okay,
enrolled.
y'all. If you're under the sound of my voice and you want your children to be in summer camp, what's the cost for the summer camp?
It's free,
Free,
totally free.
Like
free.
Jesus.
So
And
they
you
should be lined up, right? Yes, it's free.
Okay. Okay. So there are 15 slots left for the summer camp. It's free. It's at 2449 North 9th Street, right? Go on in there. The 15 slots. Now, if you're number 16, 17, or 18, don't call me.
Yeah.
Just make sure today is Friday. Camp opens on Monday. Make sure you get your children down there. The weather has broken too, so it's not 105 degrees and you can't fry an egg on your head. Just go on down there, go get your children. There are 15 slots left, and they're also looking for a lifeguard, 18 years or older. You must have lifeguard training. Now, let's say they don't want to go through this organization, but they do have all of what you're describing here for the lifeguard position. Who do they call? Or where do they go to apply?
Well, currently Wonder Springs is bringing that lifeguard on board, so they would
Oh, so
contact.
Wonder Springs got a lifeguard. Let me take that back because people will be showing up to get the lifeguard.
No, they don't currently have one. They're the one that's looking for a lifeguard. So
Oh,
they
oh, so
will
Wonder
be
Springs is
employed by
currently looking
Wonder
for that.
Springs and not PHA.
Okay, okay, okay. Tell Wonder Springs.
They're the contracted vendor to run the after school. I mean, summer camp and after school program out of Hartran.
Oh, so there's a summer school and after school program out of the same community center.
They're
Well,
summer
currently
camp and
they're
after school.
contracted.
Mhm.
Currently they're contracted for the summer camp. We'll be putting out an RFP for after school programming, so that'll be open to
Are you going to do? Can they apply for this after school program coordinator? Say that again.
the after school program. We'll be putting out an RFP for that. So we're not
So
sure.
a request for proposal, an RFP is a request for proposal. So they're putting that out. So how can people find out where the RFP is? because I'm telling you, they listen. So if someone is interested in doing an after school program through PHA, they got to start the process now. So when are you putting out the RFP for that?
It should be going out sometime in the next couple of months, but we have a program called Doing Business with PHA. I'm not sure when the next
Doing
one.
business with PHA. Yes, we did talk about that. Yes.
So I'm
that's
not sure the
quarterly.
exact date of the next one, but we can find out and make sure you have that information.
Okay. Make sure I am aware so that we can tell the people. Okay. So on Monday,
Mhm.
we have the new pool is opening.
Yes.
There are lunches being served.
Yes.
Book and read
Book and brunch. The book and
book
brunch is not Monday. She does it about twice a month.
twice a month. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So it's the opening of the pool. It is
Mhm.
um
Summer camp.
the lunch, the bag lunch. Now, are the lunches being given every day?
Yes, and I don't want to call it a bag lunch because we have a great vendor, Victoria's Kitchen, if you guys are familiar.
Shut the front door. Victoria's
They're
Kitchen
not
is
bag
giving.
lunches.
That's not a bag lunch.
That's not a bag lunch. No, it's not. So let me explain our summer food program. So our summer food program is at 13 sites throughout the city. Hartranft is one of them. So through this program, children ages 0 to 18 are allowed to come get one breakfast between 9 and 10 a.m. Breakfast is usually a cold breakfast, maybe a muffin, cereal, fruit, things of that nature. But our lunch is always a hot lunch. Yesterday they had baked chicken, macaroni and cheese, and broccoli. So no, it is not your typical bag lunch. So we encourage you to send your children to one of our summer food sites to eat the lunch. And again, if you're a part of the camp, you'll also be getting.
Automatically fed, right? So they're automatically. I know Victoria's Kitchen. That food is amazing.
I be smelling
Shout
it.
out to PHA. Well, look at this. All right, so I want you to name for me. Can you name the 13 sites so that if people are not near Hartran? I know,
So
I know, I know, I know. I'll put you on the spot, but folks are going to ask.
okay, so we
Folks are
have
going to
Wilson,
ask.
which is in South Philadelphia.
Hold
We
on one
have
second. Say that again.
we have the Wilson Park Community Center, which is in South Philadelphia. Matter of fact, I can bring it right up so that I'm giving you correct addresses and everything. Can you guys still hear me and see me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're getting ready to discuss, guys, are the sites, the 13 sites where you can get this wonderful lunch. Victoria's Secret. Did I say Victoria's Secret?
Everybody knows
Victoria's
it.
Kitchen.
You're not the only one.
Victoria's Kitchen
I
serving
say it all
lunch.
the time. I
They
say it
do it
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
So Victoria's Kitchen serves at these 13 sites.
Yes. Victoria's Kitchen is our food vendor for our summer food program. So they're at
Okay.
all 13 sites. So
Okay.
we're gonna I'm ready. So we're gonna start with our Abbotsford location. And that address is 3226 McMichael Street.
Okay.
And we also have our Richard Allen Cambridge location. And that's at 1100 Poplar Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Hartranft Community Center, which is 2449 North 9th Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Johnson Homes location, which is 2500 West Norris.
2500
We
West.
have Lucian Blackwell
West
in West
Nars.
Philadelphia.
I can stop for a second, others.
Norris.
The Johnson location is 2500 West.
Did she freeze?
Norris.
Norris. Okay.
Norris.
Okay. What's the next one?
We have our Lucian E. Blackwell Center, which is at 761 North 47th Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have Morton Homes, which is at 5920 Morton Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Norris Apartment, which is at 1914 North 11th Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Raymond Rosen Community Center, which is at 2301 Edgeley Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Sharswood Community Center, which is the
Charswood.
Darrell
Mm-hmm.
Clark Center, which is at 2301 Master Street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's Suite 16. We have Spring Garden Apartments, 700 Green Street. Our Whitehall Community Center, which is at 1824 Folkrod Street.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, we have our Wilson Park Community Center, which is at 2500 Jackson Street.
Oh, 2500 Jackson Street.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Wow. So, are you all hearing all of this? Laverne says, I'll have to get involved if I can give free to my PHL pre-K babies, that would be awesome, she says. How does who you did not ask the question, how does one get involved in doing business with PHA? We only done talked about it 411 times. Come on, Zachary. Tell them, how does one do business with PHA?
Sure. So PHA has a forum, how to do business with PHA quarterly. We have to. They just had one. I want to say last month. So what we can do is, and what that forum is every 3 months, businesses can come in and find out exactly how to what opportunities PHA has, what PHA is looking for with services, and then just how to be a vendor, how to be a contracted vendor. What RFPs are on the way. Requests for proposals. We speak in acronyms all the time, but we have to say a request for proposals. It's at our headquarters. So one of the things is what we will do. I don't have the exact date because they plan it every 3 months and it's based around scheduling. So what I would ask you to do is to please reach out to our administrative team, and I will get you the information right away. And that is for 215-684-5300, and we will surely make sure that we get you the information on the next time that we are doing the how to do business with PHA. It's a great opportunity. It tells you exactly how to navigate through the HUD regulations that we do have when it
Right.
comes to contracting and doing work with PHA.
Okay.
They could also email myself. It's my first name ZACHARY .mcneil at pha.phila.gov. And I'll put it
Okay.
in the chat as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at you, Zachary, over here in the live YouTube, putting it in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. This is great. This is good. People, do you see how excited people are about this stuff, though?
Yeah.
Yes, and I just want to
Right?
answer a few questions I saw pop
Yes.
up. No, you do not have to be a PHA resident to come and eat summer food. You do not have to be a part of our camp. We provide breakfast and lunch for the camp, but we also provide it for the community as well. So anyone can walk in during the hours of 9 to 10 for breakfast and 12 to 2 for lunch. And we do have the flyer posted on the PHA social media page, which is Philadelphia Housing Authority. And
Mhm.
also it's on the city's website. It's on the summer food, the Department
Mhm.
of Education's website. You can find the
Mhm.
locations of the
Mhm.
summer food
One of
programs.
the things I want you all to get involved in is checking the PHA website, the social media pages, because I talk to them every couple of weeks, but there are things going on every single day. So the Philadelphia Housing Authority, they have a page on Facebook, they have one on Instagram, right, that I am aware of because I
Yes.
tag you all when I'm posting my stuff. And so this is wonderful, wonderful news. And I'm asking you, as you're listening to us, to share this information. Tell folks you do not have to be a PHA resident. I don't know if we want to do this on here because they know the folk be coming.
No, that's okay. We want now. We absolutely want summer foods, please. Please, please, please.
Yes.
We
So
want
if
you.
you're in need of, a good lunch or a good breakfast, you can walk into any one of these 13 sites. Go on the Philadelphia Housing Authority page. Make sure you check in to see where the addresses are that's close to you. Someone said there's no one in Southwest. There's no site in Southwest.
No, we had one at the Pasco Community Center at 72nd and Woodland. However, the participation was really low. We didn't have
Oh
kids really
wow.
coming.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
closed it.
Yeah. Victoria's Kitchen is doing a yeoman's job
Yeah.
covering 13 sites though. That's amazing. And
Yes.
again, PHA
Shout out to
always
them.
looking huh?
Shout out to Victoria's Kitchen because it's a lot.
Yes, 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 yes. And also shout out to PHA for trying to find vendors that mirror the community, right? So that to make sure that these vendors are able to support what's going on in the community and get contracts to do the work to make sure that their communities are okay. This is fantastic stuff. Monday, with the so wait, if you don't have a lifeguard right now, the pool will not be open on Monday, correct?
Well, we're looking into renting a lifeguard
Or you want
for
to
Monday.
rent a lifeguard? Okay. So you want folks to come. What time should they come on Monday for the opening of the pool, etc.?
I can't give out a time because it's still in negotiations.
Okay.
So I can't say 100% that it will be officially open. That is our goal to have it open
Cool.
next week.
Okay.
However, we're still in
Okay.
negotiation.
I want you all to know I am on vacation starting Monday, but I'm coming to the Hartran Center. I'm
Okay.
coming over there to see what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, coming over there to record some of that stuff because I want to post so people can see what's happening so that they can go. It's amazing. We will put up flyers, etc., etc. But people like to the visual is what pulls people in. And so when the pool officially opens, how long will it be open for?
We're looking to have it open year round. We're looking to have it open year
Well,
Shout
round.
out to PHA. So you're working to have the pool open all year round, and it's an indoor pool,
Indoor
correct?
pool, yes.
It's
An
an
indoor
indoor
heated
pool.
pool. Yes.
right.
Yeah. This was a plethora of information. I cannot thank you both enough. We got
Well,
all kinds of good information from you. People are really excited about what they've heard. Laverne says, thank you. The event for the testimonial at the gala never emailed me back, Andrea. Okay, I'll work that piece out. All right. So much information to help us. Thank you all so much.
you're welcome.
Ooh. Laverne said she sent it to one of her parents who was looking for affordable summer camp. Okay, tell them to hurry up. Tracy said PHA social media pages are wealth of information. So many opportunities are shared there. Okay. She said, I see. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bartram Village, but they're working on repairing Bartram Village so that the residents can move back in.
That's
Jasenia, just hold on, give them a minute because they're working on that part.
yep.
Uh, oh, Marguerite says Victoria's Kitchen has been doing this for a long time for PHA. She mentioned that she was doing an interview this summer, during an interview this summer. So thank God. Thank God. The Philadelphia Housing Authority has so many opportunities for so many people. You just have to be able to access them. Follow them on social media. Listen to programs like these because they're literally trying to get the word out. And when that sister called me last week and was like, we've been looking for something like this, sometimes you just have to move in different avenues so that people who are listening in different places can hear different things, right? And so now instead of my hearing, well, where's PHA? What are they doing? Is it only for the residents? Now the word is really spreading about the good work that you've been doing and continues to do throughout this city. And thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're sitting in your offices. You're working on these programs. Folks don't really know. Zachary, I met, he's a Kappa. So he knows my son. And so that's how he and I began Zachary did not introduce himself as vice president of blah, 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 which is what I love about you, my brother. We just talked.
That's
We
right.
just talked.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's very
And
humble.
so, huh?
He's very humble.
Yeah, very, and that's what we need. We need humble leaders who are actually getting the work done, and so and are able to accept feedback because sometimes folks don't know what is what, and they make these assumptions and they make these unilateral statements. But the truth of the matter is, if you just ask and communicate with people, you'll be able to get what you need. And so, God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you. I need you all to stay cool for the rest of this day. I'll see. That's will you be at Hartram on Monday?
Yes, I will be there.
Then you'll see me. We'll officially talk.
I look
Okay.
forward to it.
All right. Zach, for you too?
Yes, I'll be there.
Oh, well, all right then. We'll just take a group picture and call it a day.
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you all so, so much for continuing to do the work. Thank you for joining me this Friday morning. I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Monday. And for the rest of you, listen. So, somebody asked, will there be swimming lessons?
Yes. There will be swimming
Stop
lessons
it,
for
Odette.
the
Stop
young
it.
people,
Stop
for our
it,
seniors.
Odette. Stop it. You're
Yes,
going to teach
definitely.
swimming lessons too?
Yes, for children and seniors, definitely.
I'm officially a senior.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
I
it.
can swim. I'm just so for children and seniors, you would be having swimming lessons.
Yes.
All of this going on in the community.
We have
Yes,
everything from youth
definitely.
programming to senior programming, cover the gamut. Scholars from youth programs, scholarships, senior programs, senior meals. Literally our seniors and our youth are covered. Jobs, our team. If you come into PHA and say this is something you need and you want to do, like we had someone come in and say, "Hey, y'all don't have a barbering program." We went out, we got one. That's what our job is, and that's what we're doing.
Right. And you don't have to be a resident of PHA to partake in some of these things, correct?
So if they go over to Vox, our workforce development team is going to give them have them fill out a form, and then they'll say if they're a resident or not. Either way, the team is going to assist you up, and make sure that you are employed. Period. Make sure that you're employed, that you receive program. Make sure we find program for what you put down on your interest form.
Mhm.
That's just one of the biggest goals of our CEO. He wanted to break that chain of just housing is just PHA housing is just for public housing residents, but it's not. You know, our opportunities are for all residents,
Now we
and
do
we want to make sure that.
we do have some programs that are geared directly towards PHA residents
Mhm.
because of some grant funding and things of that nature.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Some
grants.
of our programs are specifically for our residents, but we do, like Zach mentioned, have other programs that are open to the community.
Well, you taught people are learning all kinds of things today. That they didn't know, myself included. And we have to continue to promote all of the things that you're doing for the residents and non-residents alike, so that folks can take advantage of this. Because there's so many children in this city, and elderly people. I don't know about y'all that in between groups. I don't know what to tell you, but that can get all these opportunities for swimming, for food. I cannot believe you're serving the entire community. They just walk in, they can
Yes,
eat.
yes, definitely.
This, I have to see this,
So
y'all.
send
We'll
them
see.
over, send them down.
Say that again.
So send them over. We have a lot of food. Send them over.
Careful what you wish for,
Kids, the
Odessa.
kids now, the kids, parents, you can bring the kids.
Bring the children.
With the
So
Bring
don't
the
kids,
just come
kids.
with your
the
long
kids.
bellies, as we would say in Jamaica. Don't just come with your long belly to
Yeah.
feed yourself. Bring the children, because that's what we're working on, to make sure that the children have access to what they need. They have nutritious meals. They can learn how to swim. There's a summer camp all happening in Hartram, starting Monday, June 30th. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'll see y'all over there. Marvel is coming. I'm officially on vacation, but I'm going to find my way over there just so we can see what is happening and share with all of you. Odessa Blocker and Zachary McNeil, thank you both so, so much.
You're
We'll
welcome.
see you
You're
soon.
welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow. This is some good stuff, y'all. This is some. Yes, Marguerite. She says PHA often gets a bad rap. You all have dispelled the myths that are out there about the city's housing authority, and that was the goal. That was the absolute goal. I mean, PHA doesn't do this. PHA doesn't do that. PHA, and so one of the conversations I'm going to have with Mr. Jeremiah, because I'll have him back on, is where do people go when they feel like they're not getting their services fast enough, or people are not moving in the direction they have to wait a long time to get an answer, et cetera, et cetera. Because he requests the feedback so that he knows how he can move his team in a different and better way, right? There are plenty of things being offered. You just have to know how to access them. I didn't know any of these things until I began having conversations with them. And so I pop up. I pop up in the community centers. I pop up when they're having openings of new apartments. I was just there a few weeks ago. Oh Jesus, I can't remember the name of it now, but I just Somerset, and I popped up in there. And when I walked into the affordable housing that the PHA residents could, the new apartments, oh my God, I was so shocked. 2 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, a half bath, washing machine and dryer. If you're a PHA resident, your rent was between $300 and $400 a month. He kept saying affordable luxury housing. Just because it's affordable housing does not mean you should live in a hovel. And when Mr. Jeremiah took over PHA, there were lots of issues with repairs, et cetera, et cetera. So he's working now to he closed down Bartram Village so that they're repairing it so that the residents can have a new and updated place to live in. I appreciate that, right? Where he walked into something that wasn't at the best space for him, and so he had to figure it out and continue to move through. So I am grateful to have the conversations, grateful that we can dispel some of the myths that are out there. Monica says, wow, you guys are awesome. I had no idea all of the opportunities PHA offers. I'm so excited to share all of this information. Please do. Charmaine says, take me with you when you go. Where, Charmaine? Thank you, darlings. Yes, CG said is yes because it wasn't understood. And we have to, like Laverne says, and we have to learn to ask also. So I am grateful that you all follow this platform. Grateful um, that you give us, you believe in what we do, because one of the things that I've told you all the time is I'm about the people, for the people, by the people. I don't care about all that other stuff. So I'm not one of those folks. If I ask someone from political office to join me, you have to know that they're out there doing something that means something to the people of this city. I'm not doing anything other than making sure that you all get what you need, and that you're serviced, and that your voices are heard, and so we can move forward so people can get what they need. I absolutely love it. It is 7:30. It's my anniversary. So I'm going to go gather my husband and we're going to go have a good day. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I will not be on from June 30th to July 4th. Please let everybody know Marva is officially on vacation. This episode of Mornings with Marva is officially over. I am Andrea Lawful Sanders. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everybody. Bye. It's our anniversary.